Hey, it's Scott once again with great resources for coaches. And as you can tell, yes, I'm driving once again, but I'm safe. I got both hands on the wheel. I've set the camera up on a tripod in the passenger seat, so we should be good to go. I'll glance over at you occasionally, but I'm going to keep my eyes on the road too. And the reason I'm doing this from the road today is it's August, and August is the busiest time of year for those of us who do what I do, and that's speak on character-based athletic and coaching topics around the country. And I'm on the road right now from Montana down to Wyoming to speak on the role of parents in athletics tonight to parents in a school district. And then tomorrow I'm working on with coaches on a few different topics: life lessons for athletes, the impact of trust, and team building through positive conditioning. You know, I come to you as great resources for coaches each week, but I'm also a speaker with Proactive Coaching, and so that's why I'm on the road today. I'm speaking on their behalf. If you don't know Proactive Coaching, you need to, because it's just an outstanding organization. Get on facebook.com/proactivecoach and like our Facebook page. Join the 700,000 people. We just went over that mark. 700,000 people who are getting a couple of 2 or 3 short character-based athletic and coaching and leadership messages every day. So today, I want to talk to you about a cool concept that I think can really do wonders for your culture and your team culture. And the focus of it is going to be your seniors and your juniors in your program. Now, your freshmen and sophomores I'm going to be talking about, but I'm going to focus on them actually in a little bonus video that you're going to see right after this. But the focus here today is on how do you get your seniors and your juniors to really become ambassadors for your program and the leaders of your program, and really buy in and create buy-in for your program and for the covenants and standards that you're trying to set in your programs. Well, here's a really cool activity that you can do that'll really get them thinking. I want you to, before a practice, after a practice, at some point, have a short meeting with them, maybe 10-15 minutes, and then make sure they've got paper and pen, and have them do this. Tell them, I want you to write a note, a short letter, 5, 6, 7 sentences, something like that. And I want you to write this letter to the senior athlete when you were a freshman or sophomore, the senior athlete or the junior athlete who was the most welcoming player in your program, the most respectful, the one who made you feel the best about being there, the one that you said, boy, I want to be that person when I get to be a junior or senior. The one who was the best leader and the best teammate. And there might have been multiple. That could be. Tell them, have whoever they were, have that face or those faces in mind. And write this letter to them. And explain to them that that's who they were for you, and what it was that they did and said and how they acted that made them be that way in your mind. Now, some players might say, I never had anybody like that in our program. Tell those players, then write the letter to the player who it would have been that person. In other words, what would they have acted like? How would they have been had they been that way, okay, and been that kind of a leader in your program? So these players, it would be a fictitious player. It speaks volumes if not one senior or junior comes to mind for a player, doesn't it? It would be sad, but it could be. So make sure they understand it, just to write it to a fictional senior or junior from when they were a freshman or sophomore. And again, the key is that they're explaining what it was that those players did. When they finish that letter, oh, by the way, have them write at the top, dear, and leave it blank, okay? They don't have to put the player's name in just yet. When they get done writing that letter, have them write a second letter. This one is to the player who was the exact opposite. This one is to the player who didn't make them feel welcome, might have actually picked on them, bullied them, might have made them not want to be at practice, or not even maybe want to be in that program. Hopefully they don't have somebody like that, and they struggle to think of somebody like that they can actually say, yeah, that didn't have anybody. Hopefully they didn't have anybody like that. Chances are they did, though. And again, if they didn't, they can write a fictitious letter to that player saying, what they did, how they treated them, the types of things they did that made it not a good experience. Okay? And so you've got these two sides to this. You've got this player who, this is exactly what we want from our senior leadership and our senior athletes. And then you've got, this is exactly what we don't want from our seniors and juniors in terms of their leadership and what we're expecting from them and hoping to get from them when it comes to leading their teams. So there's a good chance that they're not going to be able to finish this in the 10 or 15 minutes. That's okay. Tell them that's your homework for tonight. I want you to write, finish writing this for tomorrow. Have them come back in the next day with the letters and say, I want you to quickly scan it and reread the letters. Make sure they say what you want. Once they've done that, tell them, all right, here's what I want you to do. Write your name up where it says dear. Put your name in there. And then reread it. So they reread that first letter with dear and their name. And tell them what you are doing is you are seeing exactly what you need to be the leader that you wanted, that you want to be, and that you wanted in your program, that you liked in your program. You are outlining for yourself what kind of a leader to be this year as a senior or junior in our program. So they read through and they see those characteristics that they loved so much about the great leaders, the ones who made them feel welcome and a warmth and a sense that I'm really glad I'm here. So that's the athlete that you can be. Be that athlete yourself. Then tell them read the other letter and put their name in it as well. Okay? Here's the key. Ask them when they're done. Which of those two do you want to receive? Which of those two letters would you have wanted to read coming from a freshman or sophomore in your program? Hopefully they all say, well, the first one, of course. Hopefully they all recognize that if they receive that first letter, it shows that they were the kinds of leaders that we want to see in our programs. A little bonus thing I would consider having them do, I would tell them, go home and rewrite this really neatly on a nice piece of paper and send it to that senior that you were writing it to, that you were writing it about originally. Because who wouldn't want to receive a letter like that and a note like that? So anyway, I think this is a great chance for you to have your seniors start to understand exactly how they can impact their program by how they treat the incoming freshmen, how they treat the sophomores in the program, newcomers to the program, okay, how they're going to behave, okay. They can outline that right now and be prepared to do that for their teams. Now, as I said earlier, we've got a little bonus video, so check that out, because now in the bonus, I'm going to tell you what are you going to do with your freshmen and sophomores while you're doing this with your juniors and seniors. You're going to love this one as well. So check that out. Hopefully you're going to see me in just a couple minutes and watching that other video. We'll talk to you later.